Hi guys, it's Chelsea from Raising Little Sparrows, and I'm here today to do a curriculum haul for my rising sixth grader. He's 11, but he has several learning disabilities. He's very smart, but he just has several learning disabilities and challenges. So he's like got dyslexia, dyscalculia, dysgraphia, ADHD, um, generalized anxiety disorder, and he's high functioning autism. So he's got a lot going on, and school is challenging for him in a lot of ways, but he's just done so much better the last year or two, and I'm excited for this next school year. This will be his first year home with us, and first year home full time in 2 years. So he's been doing a morning program at a Waldorf based farm school, from 9 to 1 the last 2 years. And then I homeschool him in the afternoon. And that has been challenging. We've had to drop some extras like our science and our history, which has been that's like our favorite part of homeschool. So that's been difficult. But he's progressing well. So I'm going to go over what we're doing for next year because he's going to be home with us full time, and along with his younger brother, who I just also just did a curriculum video for, who will be a first grader. So it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. But anyway, this is the stuff we're going to be using. So I already showed this part in my other video, but what we're going to be doing for what I'm hoping to do for morning time is sorry, let me pull it out. The Winnie the Pooh based curriculum called A Year in the 100-Acre Wood. So this is by A Year of Tales. We bought this, I can't remember, to be honest with you. And we started going through it, I think last year. I don't even remember. Maybe it was the year before. I don't know. It's all big blur, whatever. Anyway, we bought this a little while ago, maybe even 2 years ago, close to when it first came out. We went through, I don't remember, a few lessons of it. I really don't remember, to be honest with you. It's been a crazy year, or crazy couple of years. But we love Winnie the Pooh. We loved what we did with it, but we just didn't make it very far. And with him going to that other school, I bought this before I realized he was going to be doing that other school. And it's just, like I said, we had to drop all the extras. Like, it was just too much. And this was really like too advanced for my, at the time, preschooler. So, they now have a preschool one out, I think, for it, but they didn't when I first got it. So anyway, I've been saving it. I'm excited to finally like really delve into it and do it. It's going to be low key, morning style, like while we're doing breakfast or whatever is my plan. And I'm excited because they love Winnie the Pooh. We've gone through the book several times. So you can watch my other video. Like, I talk more about it in there, but it entails like Bible, character study, copy work, poetry, art, nature study. It's great. Excuse me. So I'm really excited for that. Hopefully we get to that at least. My goal is to at least do it 3 or 4 days a week. We don't typically school much on Fridays because my husband's off every other Friday. So Fridays are hit or miss. So we typically do a solid 4-day school week. So yes, that's my plan for morning time. And then language arts, we've been using the same language arts forever, but we love it. So this is The Good and the Beautiful. He'll be doing level 3. I think I had planned, he's been doing level 2 for what feels like ever, like literally, but I think I felt that way about level 1 too. But he's finally like really close to being finished. And honestly, I probably should just move him to level 3 because he's really like he's reading way past what the level 2 is. Like, he's reading just fine. Like, I think he's on level for reading now. He's 5th grade. So I really need to move him onto the level 3. The only reason I held him back is because at the time when we started The Good and the Beautiful, he needed the level K. And we've just been progressing through it steadily. But it was like somewhere in there, he made like a huge jump, like at the end of the level 1, beginning of level 2. He just like shot off with his reading. And yeah, and he really, I think, needs to be moved up. But I've just been like still, I don't know, it's hard. I feel like, ooh, I don't want to miss anything. So, and grammar wise, he does still like need the practice of the level 2. So we've honestly just been trying to kind of like do a couple lessons a day and kind of fast forward through it. But regardless, he'll be starting the level 3. He's probably going to end up starting it this summer with school year round. But I'm excited for that. And it comes with, they're going to revise all this apparently, but this is the one we have. I can't remember what version 2 or something like that. I forget what they call it. It's the newer 3rd edition. It's the 3rd edition. I think they're now totally redoing their whole like language arts curriculum. So I don't know like where we would place on that. I don't know what we're going to do next year. But anyway, or the following year. But we have that for this year. So level 3. And then he's doing level 3. He's actually partway through this. Level 3 handwriting. I love this. It teaches cursive. And let me find an unused. Okay. And I love the way they teach it. If you've not seen it, it is so cool. They do like a rainbow dot system. And so you go through like, you connect the red to the orange to the yellow. Anyway, it's really cool. So he is well over halfway through this. So we have the level 4 ready for when he gets through that. But yes, so that's our handwriting. And that's been going really well. And then we also have a supplemental, whatever, language arts. He's been going through this already. It's a level 2 or grade 2 or whatever, language arts. And it's mostly grammar. So it goes through like nouns and different types of sentences and conjunctions and commas and, all of the things, all of the kind of grammar-based things. So we're using that just to kind of strengthen his grammar because that's really I think the only thing that he's really still behind on would be his grammar. He's still kind of like I said, this is grade 2. He's doing level 2, Big and the Beautiful for that. So yeah, I think he just needs to move ahead a little bit in that. So, and then the other thing he's really behind on, is spelling. So he has severe dyslexia. His reading, like I said, has improved a ton, but his spelling is still like horrible. And honestly, if you have a kid with severe dyslexia, and you know what I'm talking about, you'll understand. But I just don't ever expect him to be a good speller. I don't think it's going to matter. And I'm okay with that. Totally fine with that. I've accepted that. He's just not going to be, probably a really strong speller. That's just whatever. But I still want to give him as much tools as I can to be his best. So we've tried a million spelling curriculums. We have done, looking down at it, the Barton. It's specifically for dyslexia. The Barton program, we've made it through level 3. We're on level 4. And really it's hard because he reads so well. It's just the spelling. He reads well for a kid who has dyslexia, but it's the spelling is just really hanging him up. So anyway, I got this because it was recommended for kids with dyslexia. It's called sequential spelling. And we actually have already started this. And it's going really well. We're not super far into it. We're only I think 2 weeks into it. So, but what it is this, what is this? The student book is just a bunch of blank lined pages for you to write your spelling words on. So that's all that is. And this is your list of spelling words. And it groups the spelling words. So you do it each day, and each day you get new words, which I know sounds crazy. But for week 1, for example, first day, they combine similar words. So this week's kind of theme is the IN sound. Now this is level 1, remember? Okay, so the first day they have to do in, pin, sin, and spin. Then the next day they do pins, sins, spins, kin, skin, win, twin. And you get it, okay? They get harder and harder. And then they start adding in little sight words here and there, I, B, B, C. So anyway, so that's what he is. He's done amazing with this. I think because they know the words are gonna, when you have words that sound the same, right? Like EN and IN, they make kind of the same sound, and it can be confusing. And kids are always, especially kids with dyslexia who cannot memorize well, right? that gives them, they get all anxious and they're like, ooh, I don't know. And it's like a guessing game for them, which letters they need to use. Where this, it's like if they know one of the words, they kind of know the rest of them are going to follow a pattern. It takes that anxiety out and they're actually able to learn and relax. And it's just, it's supposed to just get it kind of in their brain that way. So I don't know if this will like work as far as retainment, but he's doing really, really well with it so far, and he doesn't like mind it at all. So it's a win in my book. So that is all of his language arts. Then for math, we are doing The Good and the Beautiful Math 3. We started this already. This is actually, if you watch my other video, this is the exact same curriculum I am doing with my rising first grader. Like he's already started it. Ollie's a little bit further into it already. He's like almost 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that into it. And Finn is only a week into it, but he that's what he'll be doing. So they're actually on the same level. Finn will probably pass him up here shortly because that's just, math is like really hard for Oliver. I mean, it is hard. And we try to like just take the pressure off because he used to have so much anxiety with math, like almost no learning ever happened because he was just so stressed about it, just mentioning math. And we tried all the math curriculum. If you've watched other videos, and I get asked this all the time, we've done Singapore for the last, I don't know, a couple years. And it's worked really well and we've really enjoyed it especially for my younger son. But the reason we switched was there's not a lot of hands-on with the Singapore. This has more of the hands-on, and the new version they've simplified. We tried their old version and it was just too many moving parts and it was a little wordy. This one is much better, less wordy, less moving parts, more simple. That's why it's called the Simply Good and Beautiful. And we've really, really been enjoying this. And it's shorter lessons, quicker, more variety. So that's been really good for him. We still have the Singapore curriculum for their third grade if I feel like we need to use that instead. But the reason, like I said, the reason we decided to switch and try this is big part of it was my younger son. I originally bought the level 2 for him because he just was bored with the Singapore. It gets boring, right? He's only 6. He's technically kindergarten. And if you look at like the level 2 and 3 Singapores, there's a lot more problems per page. It's black and white. It was just a lot. It was just very visually boring and like, and very repetitive, right? It's a mastery-based program. They wanted you to really like hammer these things in. Nothing wrong with that. Like, great program, really solid program. And we may go back to it. I don't know. Like, we really, it's a good program. I just felt like he needed something more visually appealing, more engaging, more variety, a little bit more hands-on components, something that would kind of entice him because he was starting to really be like, I don't want to do that. And then he would say, not that I don't want to do math because he's constantly doing math, like just for fun, but he would be like, can you just write stuff on the whiteboard, or can we just do our own math, or can we do something different? He just really was getting bored and just didn't want to do it. So that's why I tried this for him. He loved the level 2 and flew through it. He did the level 2 in like a month and a half. So yeah, I think we got it started in January. So, and he just finished it like a week or so ago, a week and a half ago, something like that. Anyway, so yeah, that's why we did it, and we enjoyed it so much that Oliver really wanted to try the level 3, so we bought the level 3, and he's really enjoying it. Again, we have a fallback option. Not saying this will work forever. We're not that far into it, but so far we're really enjoying it. So that's our plan, is to just kind of work through that. So that's math. And for history, and again, I forgot to bring the book over here. Although if you watch my curriculum haul for the last year or two, you'll see it in there because I bought it 2 years ago and we still have yet to get through it. It is The Knotgrass, Our Star Spangled Story. we loved it, the little bit we did of it. We bought it, like I said, 2 years ago, before I realized he was going to be in a program during the day. And like I mentioned, it has just been hard enough to get him to do his core work when he's home in the afternoons. He wants to wind down, and then we hit school, and then it's late. And it takes him a long time to get through math and language arts some days, because those are his struggle subjects. So we read plenty of history books for fun. He goes through encyclopedias all the time, but we just did not make it through much of the Star Spangled Story. Something had to give, so science and history got dropped, and he does do those some at school. So anyway, I am excited. We'll be doing it family style with my youngest son. We're adding in Beautiful Feet, the early American history, like the books from that, as extra readers and stuff, to do that, to kind of pull him into. We've already gone through those because we went through that with Oliver when he was in first grade, something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, and then we've read him for fun since then too. So anyway, he's well versed in history, but we'll be going through this. We're excited to finally, hope, fingers crossed, make it through this curriculum. And yeah, it's a beautiful curriculum. So I'm excited to use it. And really, he's probably at a better age for it to do kind of some of the extra work that you do, the student work and stuff. So I think it'll be a good age. So so that's our plan for history. And then science, there's some science and nature study. There's quite a bit of nature study, but in the Winnie the Pooh, the year in the 100-Acre Wood curriculum. But he also will be doing a science class once a week at a local museum. And we have a couple science curriculums from the Good and the Beautiful. I'm not sure yet which one we're going to do that we haven't done. So, and I'm looking into, and I mentioned this in my other video as well. I forget what it's called. Oh my gosh, I really should have looked it up, but I will link it. It's like homeschooltools.com or something like that. But it's got homeschool curriculum, science curriculum kits and stuff, and units. So like physics and chemistry and all these things. So I keep looking at that, and I think I'm finally going to bite the bullet and get one of those for next year. I'm going to just see what they're interested in, and we'll do that at least once a week or twice a week. So yeah, that's my plan for science. So I don't really have like a solid, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But I have stuff. It'll all work out. And as I update, end of the year, you'll be able to see exactly what we're using. But I don't worry too much. I mean, he needs to focus kind of still on the course. And he'll be doing typing. He's been doing typing from typing.com this year, and he'll be continuing on with that. And that's going really well. And I think that's it for him. I'm trying to think. Oh, one more thing that we'll be doing that we actually just started it. We are doing, so he's, like I said, 11, and he will turn 12 in January of the next school year. And we have started the, I don't know, it's God's Design. Okay, first of all, this is a sexual reproduction maturation kind of thing. God's Design for Sex. And we have the whole set. So this is the first one for ages like 3 to 5, The Story of Me Before I Was Born, which is ages 5 to 8. This is his age 8 to 12. And What's the Big Deal? And Why God Cares About Sex. And then Facing the Facts, the Truth About Sex in You. And that's for ages 12 to 16. So we plan on actually going through some of this with, my younger son. But it just kind of gives, the basics of sex, puberty, sexual reproduction, maturation, puberty, that kind of thing, in a age appropriate way from a Christian perspective. So, or a biblical worldview. So I like that. We haven't done, like I said, we just started the first book, so I don't know. I haven't gotten through it, so I don't have a review on it or anything like that, but we plan on trying that. We also went through the Good and the Beautiful Sexual Reproduction and Maturation Unit. We made it like halfway through, and there was some stuff in there Anyway, I don't want to get into it on here because everyone has like their opinion on it. It was really good for the most part. There was just some things that I kind of like didn't fully, I don't want to say agree with, but well, I really didn't. I didn't fully agree with the way they approach certain things. We just kind of, anyway, to each their own. It was a good thing, a good one, but I just wanted to add in some other stuff. The other thing that we're trying to introduce is the good pictures, bad pictures, um, which I haven't gone through yet. So, but I've heard so many good things about it. So we flipped through it. I'm nervous about it. I'm nervous about all of this. It's such a hard topic, right? Okay. Oh my gosh. Like, I can't believe, like, we're at that age where we're having to even think about it. But I mean, that's the reality we live in. Okay. The world is a dark place. And we need, I want him to hear it from us, right? So anyway, these are the tools that I've been able to find so far. If you guys have suggestions, please let me know. If you've gone through, the talk and these things, like, go ahead and message me. I'd love to hear what works for you. But those are the topics we're going to be broaching next year, which I consider like health, I guess, our health curriculum, which I won't be doing with my 6-year-old. It was really just my 11-year-old. Yes, so I'm excited about the next school year, about having him home full time because he's got a lot to do, and I'm ready to have him home with me to get to it. And yeah, he's really progressed well, and I'm excited to get to be with him and do more with him and do more like homeschool field trips and stuff with him too. So anyway, that's my update on what we'll be doing with my 11-year-old going into the next school year, the 2022-23 school year. So if you guys have any questions, you can message me or you can comment down below and I'll try to check that. So hope you guys have a great day.